To be honest, I've been sitting with this editing for weeks, struggling to find a form for this episode. This was supposed to be an episode of me training for the Silver Rudder 2025. The plan was simple. I leave my home port at Dronningen in Oslo, head south and cross the Skagerrak Ocean single-handed. I needed to test a minimum of 24 hours of solo sailing. I filmed everything, the calm departure, talking to the camera with my plans for this trip. I even caught a perfect sunset as I approached the outer part of the Oslo fjord. But as any sailor knows, the ocean doesn't care about your plans. The weather forecast just didn't play along. The little wind there was completely died out. And since there was no wind and no one expected in the next few hours, I decided to pull into Engelsviken just to get some sleep. The next day it was the same story, still no wind. So I continued south, hoisted my sails, dropped my sails, and eventually anchored at Kuvaugen in the Hvaler archipelago for a lunch and a swim. At that point, looking at all this beautiful footage, I thought I was making a chill cruising vlog, a quiet, slow-paced episode about the beauty of the archipelago and hopefully a crossing later that weekend. I couldn't have been more wrong. Finally, the breeze arrived. I pulled up my anchor and headed south towards the Koster Islands. I hadn't quite decided where I was going to spend the night, but I felt that familiar rush as Noomi finally started to move faster under the big sails. But then, in a split of a second, everything changed. No more peaceful music, no more chill vibes, just a violent shudder that went through the entire hull. A sound no sailor ever wants to hear. I hit a rock, hard, just north of the Koster Islands. This is the moment I understood that this episode had to be something different. I stopped editing the travelogue and realized I had to show you the reality of what happened next. This is the story of a grounding, a race against incoming water, and the incredible help from Sjöräddningssällskapet in Strömstad. We're going to look at the damage, meet the surveyor at the yard, and see what it really takes to get the boat back from the brink. This wasn't the episode I started filming, but this is the story I need to tell. Let's get right into it. Okay, then the most terrible thing happened. I ran on ground. Look at this. There's water here in the bilge. The pump can't take it. I'm taking on water. I've called for assistance, and search and rescue team are on the way. I'm manually pumping here. So I think Noomi is done with the season. That's unfortunate, of course, but shit, things can happen.
Nej, det blir bra det.
Vill du det träcka mig eller ska jag gå för egen maskin in eller?
Nej, du kan slå av.
Jag kan det, okej.
Du tar fram elpumpen, den står i babordskåp där.
Ja, det ska vara tajta.
Ja.
Ja,
Hur ser det ut?
det kommer in.
Ja.
Ja. Jag klarte det när jag satt här och pumpa. så klarte jeg også å holde det sjakk.
Hämtar du slangen där med sen?
Ja. So we are reached Strömstad Marina now, and they are ready to lift us out of the water. It's coming in some water, not that much, but I can't stay in the water, so we'll see. When we lift the boat, I can see damage inside the boat, so
Ok, men da går det greit med å lyfte her da.
ja. Da roret da, det sitter jo helt.
Ja, jeg tenker jeg lyfter precis ved den der.
Ja, det går fint.
Så.
Oi. Ja. Okay, I have finally got some time to check for damages. I'm now standing on the hard at the Strömstad Marine Center. The boat was taking in water, and I do now know where it come from. So this is the one stringer. You can see it's delaminated all the way up here, just in the aft of the through hole. And I can also see the same delamination here and here. So, and as you can see here, cracks, cracks, cracks. So this is going to be a huge job on this boat. So this is definitively the end of this sailing season. Let's hope we are back on the water for next season. I don't know. 31st of July 2025 is not the best day for me, as you understand, and not either for Noomi. Luckily, I didn't get any damage at all, so it could got really bad, I guess. So this is not the end of the channel Sailing Noomi. Obviously, we need to do a follow-up on this one, so we'll see what we can film of the reparation and restoration of the boat. I hope I can make some deal with the yard here, so I can document it for you guys, and also for myself and for the next owner of this boat in the future. Good morning from the hard at Strömstad Marine. It's the day after the grounding, and I am starting to empty the boat. I've talked to the insurance company, and they will be here with a surveyor on Tuesday, so I will meet them then. They also agreed to make the boat seaworthy here with some quick repair, so I can transfer the boat over to another big shipyard which has specialized on repairing sailboats. But I don't know when that could happen, but probably in the next couple of 3 weeks or something. So in the meantime, I will empty the boat. It's sails, pillows, cushions. My father just arrived with a trailer, so now we're gonna empty the boat. Finished cleaning up the boat, emptied. My father is here with a large trailer, and yeah, it's time for me to go. So goodbye for now, Noomi. Hope to see you fresh again soon. I am now on my way down to Strömstad to meet the assessor from the insurance company. He will take the first look at Noomi after the grounding, and we will decide the plan for the rebuild. I've made an initial plan with him to make Noomi watertight here in Strömstad, and then move the boat up to Slevikkilen båtbyggeri in Fredrikstad, which is a well-known repair shop for sailboats, specialized on sailboats. So I'm happy that we could make an agreement with them to make Noomi shine once again. So now I'm close to Strömstad, and I'm gonna meet up with the assessor. It's been 5 days since the grounding, and I got some distance on it. I'm really happy that I didn't get any injury on the grounding. It could get a lot worse, I think. Seeing on my picture and talking to people, it seems like this is should be an easy fix, although it's going to be a big job. But with professional help, I'm sure that Noomi is going to be even stronger than it was before the grounding. So I will take you along on this journey, try to educate myself and also the viewers to what happens when a sailboat runs aground and what to expect of work in those situations. They have moved Noomi. I think I was quite lucky that this through hull didn't break through completely, because this would be a lot of water coming in. I do have these wooden plugs nearby, but yeah, I probably had managed to pull that through and get the through hull out and this in. But as you can see, a lot of damage. The assessor said that this is a normal grounding, so he said definitely the boat will be fixed, so that's good. He is now into the workshop here to talk to the guys. The bilge pump started to go. So he is in here now to talk to the guys, so they can put in a new through hull and a seacock, so we can put the boat back into the water, and then I will take the boat up to Norway and to Sjöräddningssällskapet båtbyggeri, so they can start the work on the boat. Takstmannen, og han ba meg ta kontakt med tid, så fort jeg får dato for det, så skal jeg ta kontakt, gi deg beskjed. Er det plan, så finner vi en dag. Back in Oslo, I have made some phone calls on my way back home, and I have made an agreement with Sjöräddningssällskapet båtbyggeri that I will take the boat into Salon crossbars in Oslo or Bærum, and Didrik there will help me take down the rig, so I can change the standing rigging, the new rod rigs this winter. And then I will take the boat back down to Fredrikstad, Sjöräddningssällskapet båtbyggeri, and the guys there after the rig is down, so they can start preparing and work on the boat during this winter. So I will take you along on that journey as well. So we will film taking down the rig, and also the transportation of the boat up to Oslo and back down to Fredrikstad. Leaving Strömstad, heading north.
If you like this video or the content I create, I will appreciate if you like the video and subscribe to my channel. It will help my channel grow, so I can reach out to more viewers with the same interests as you and me.
Markollen on our way north. Been out for 5 hours now. It's strong headwinds still. So we are averaging around 5.5 knots. But hopefully now that we are getting closer into the Oslo fjord, we will gain some more speed. Otherwise, is this going to last the whole day? Okay, so my father is gonna jump off the boat here in Drøbak, and I am gonna continue into Oslo. So, just tied up here now with the spring. Have the engine running. 2 knots of current ripping around here now, but it's straight in front of the bow, and the wind is also just in the front. So I think it's gonna go okay to get off this dock. Sånn da, så bare kaster den opp. Det går fint, det går bra. Det gikk veldig fint. Takk for det. Takk for det. Ja. Lykke til videre. Det var ikke så mye spennende på sjøen, men ikke vært på sjøen i dag. Starting on the last leg down to Oslo. Leaving my daddy behind in Drøbak. My father and mother have got a cabin here in Drøbak, so he's on his way to mommy. So it has been a really long day. So if you can see here, you can see the tidal is ripping through Drøbaksund right now. And at the moment, my speed over ground is 5.3 knots, and the speed through water is 7.3 knots. So it's 2 knots of currents ripping through here against. That's quite unusual actually here. It's normally, but I think it's because of the northern strong breeze blowing all day. So we had have headwind and also head current the whole day. So we are now passing 9.5 hours from Strømstad to Drøbak, which is 52 nautical miles, and I still have a couple of more hours to go, 2.5 hours. Soon in Oslo. Oh my god, 11 hours now. It's a beautiful sunset today. It's the 19th of August. Approaching the harbor here in Blommenholm Båtforening, and here we have the rigger, Southern Crossbars, who is going to take care of the mast and the equipment to the mast this winter during the repair work on Noomi. I'm also going to do maintenance work on the rig, so we're going to change out the rod rigging. That was the plan for this winter. So that's the reason why I've taken the boat now all the way up to Oslo to take down the mast and the rigging, and then we're going to go down to Fredrikstad later in August. Han jo ikke kamerasky, så... So the mast is down. Noomi is de-rigged. A hole in the roof. I guess it's not that excited to see the mast lifted, but it's a massive rig. This navigation light on the top, the tricolor, broke during the grounding. So I'm going to change the wind instrument, and I'm going to change the Windex and a new navigation light. We're going to change the forestay and the furling on the forestay. All the rod rigging is going to be changed, and we are going to change the steaming light and the navigation, the steaming light and the deck lights. I am back in the boat, and I am going to take Noomi down to Slevikkilen båtbyggeri today, so they can lift her out of the water and start the process of rebuilding her. So I'm just passing Strömtangen lighthouse here, which makes the entrance to the canal who leads up to Fredrikstad city. And there is where I'm going to lift up Noomi on the hard for the winter.
Early in February 2026, Noomi finally moves into the workshop. Watching the keel came off and the interior being stripped away is a strange feeling. It's like seeing her soul laid bare. But this was the only way to truly see the scars from last summer. This is what makes an x-yacht what it is. Deep inside the hull lies a galvanized steel frame, glassed into the fiberglass from the very day she was built. It's the heart of the boat. The mast and the keel are anchored here, designed to absorb the massive forces from the ocean and to protect us when things go wrong. Most production boats rely on a glued inner liner, but this is a different level of engineering. It's stiff, it's strong, and it's why Noomi is still with us today. The work was surgical. The technicians ground back the delaminated sections until they hit pure, clean glass. They ran bonding tests, layered the new glass, and slowly rebuilt her strength from the inside out. Then came the rhythm of the workshop, the subfloor going back in, the sanding, the painting, and the final cleanup. 4 weeks, that's what it took to mend the damage. Standing here now, she's whole again, the structure is solid, the scars are gone, and the water is calling. All that's left is to step the mast, and finally, Noomi will be back where she belongs, under sail on the ocean. Alright folks, that was the last of my footage from the 2025 season with Noomi. However, I still got a couple of episodes left to edit from last year, featuring Erik in his first 31.7. It will be one episode of us participating in the Hollanderseilasen and the season-ending regatta with several other buddy boats. As you've just seen, Noomi is back in the water and I am busy planning the new season for you all. I can reveal that it's going to be a lot of sailing this year as we are going back up to the northern part of Norway. This year, even further north than in the 2024 season. Stay tuned and I'll see you soon.